here again, meeting wellness friends, and I wanted to do a video today to talk about all of the wonderful improvements that I have experienced being on the carnivore diet, because there have been many. And in my video yesterday about the reasons why I switched to this type of a lifestyle, I neglected to discuss one of the most important benefits that I have received. Overwhelmingly, by far, the most important benefit. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. There are definitely two types of benefits that I've received. Some of them are physical benefits and some of them are mental benefits. So I want to talk first about the physical benefits. So the first thing is the weight loss. That's the reason I started this in the first place. I wanted to lose a little bit of weight. I had noticed my weight creeping up and I wanted to lose some. So when I went on keto, I lost 19 pounds. And then when I went on carnivore, I did gain about 7 of those pounds back, but that is a net loss of 12 pounds. And I will say the weight that I have gained, I feel is mostly muscle weight, maybe some bone. I'm hoping some bone. Strengthening those bones is a good thing, but I know that I did not gain inches or gain sizes. So speaking of inches and sizes, I did not take measurements at the beginning, but I did go from a size 6 down to a size 2. And I made a video showing my old pants and how much larger they are on me now. I know I am gaining some muscle. This is not based on my scale. I did buy that Pulse scale, and hopefully that will tell me a little bit more about any muscle gains I'm experiencing. But just looking at my body, especially from the waist up, I can see more muscle on my body. So my arms, my shoulders, my back. My husband even mentioned to me at one point that I'm starting to look like the girl from Terminator, which I don't think my arms are that great yet, but hey, that's what he said to me. That was pretty cool. I've also noticed that my skin is glowing a lot more. So I just kind of have this inner glow that I've never had before, instead of being kind of dull skin. I used to have quite a bit of acne, so as a teenager I almost had no acne, and boy were my friends jealous. But let me tell you, when I got into my late 20s, I started having some adult acne that went through a lot of my 30s. Toward the end of my 30s it calmed down, but then at the beginning of my 40s I started getting these cystic, painful, long-lasting acne breakouts in the chin area, to the left and right of my mouth and my chin area, and I haven't had one of those since going carnivore. My quality of sleep is definitely better. So as I did say this the other day, but I'm not sleeping more hours per night, but the quality I feel is much better. I think that I'm sleeping deeper, and when I wake up, I'm not feeling tired, and I don't get tired throughout the day the same way that I used to, which leads me to the more energy benefit. I have tons more energy. I have a profession in which, it's quite tiring, so teaching, it is tiring. And at the end of the day, I used to just want to come home and take a nap. So now I come home, I usually eat my dinner around the time that I come home, take a little break, and then I'm ready to go again. And I go back, and lately I've been working on my YouTube, my videos and my editing and all of those things. And if you've done any of that, you know how time consuming it is, but the time just flies by. I don't feel tired. I'm having tons of fun doing it. And then I will say the inflammation has been huge. So I had some inflammation in my ankles and in my feet. So my feet and ankles would swell up considerably, and they no longer do that. My right knee used to cause me lots of grief anytime I would try to start exercising. So if I tried to do squats, if I tried to jog, if I tried to do anything that would aggravate that right knee, it would cause a problem. And as you know, I'm doing my 30-day sprint challenge, and my right knee barely has anything to say. So it's about 80 to 85% better. I'm able to sprint. I don't feel like I'm going to blow out my knee at any moment. And the last of the physical things that I've noticed is my right hand used to hurt if I was using the computer all day long. which sometimes as teachers we do, like if we're doing report cards or things like that, grading papers, we'll tend to be on that technology. Also during distance learning, yeah, that was all day long on that computer, and my right hand would just ache, and I wondered if it was the beginnings of arthritis, and maybe it was, but I don't notice that anymore. So I can do whatever work I need to do, and my hand doesn't ache at the end of that time. So those are all the physical benefits that I have definitely experienced on Carnivore, but way more importantly, I think in a lot of ways, are the mental benefits. So here is the one that I mentioned at the beginning of my video here that I left out, and I felt horrible that I left it out because it's probably the most important thing. So as I talked about yesterday in my video of why I started on this diet, the main reason was at first to lose weight, but through my life it's been like this constant struggle and fight with food, to just have it be controlling me, to be worried about everything I'm putting in my mouth all the time, to have to think about if I eat this I'm going to get fat, to reduce my calories, all of that stuff. But on the Carnivore diet, I have found this incredible amount of food freedom, and that's actually been in a couple of ways. So the first and main way is I don't count calories anymore. I don't care about calories anymore. I don't worry about calories anymore. I just eat. I eat meat, fatty meat, ribeyes, picanhas. I eat eggs, bacon, butter, and I eat until I'm full. And when I'm full, I stop eating. And then I go about my business. If I feel hungry a second time, I will eat a second time. I have not found that I'm hungry for 3 meals, but if I'm hungry for 2 meals, such as I was yesterday, for example, then I will go ahead and eat a second meal. This morning, I had some bacon and eggs. I had 6 strips of bacon and 4 eggs. And if I get hungry later, I do have some leftover picanha that I plan on polishing it off if I get hungry, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not planning for it. The only reason I'm thinking about it is because of this video right now. And I feel like that every day. So my body feels great. Even though I have put on that 7 pounds, I don't feel fat, right? Like in the past, I put on a little bit of weight, even 2 pounds, I feel fat. I don't feel fat. I feel wonderful. I feel healthy. I feel fit. I feel like I'm able to do things. I don't feel puffy or fat or any other of those negative adjectives. So that food freedom has just been huge. The freedom from thinking about the food, the freedom from worrying about calories, and the freedom to, this is the other thing, eat until I'm full. Eat until I'm full, and eat a lot of food. I eat a lot of food and I don't worry about it in the least. In the past, I would worry about it, and there were days where I kept my calories, 500 or 800 calories a day. I honestly have no idea how many calories I'm eating in a day, but if I had to estimate, probably 2,000-ish calories in a day, and I'm now my weight is holding steady. I feel healthy, I feel vibrant, I feel energetic. And I don't have to think about that or count those anymore. So the first and biggest mental aspect of this for me has been the food freedom. I also had quite a bit of social anxiety. So as an introvert, I generally kind of keep to myself. I have 1 or 2 good friends. I'm not the life of the party. I don't want to be in big groups of people, but it was getting to the point where I was like, what are they thinking about me? Are they looking at me? Can they see that I'm feeling insecure about this? What if I say the wrong thing? All of that social anxiety. And clearly I'm here making a video and getting ready to post it to YouTube. And I don't feel any anxiety about that in the least. Also, I think I already said this, but when I'm doing my morning sprints, like for today, a neighbor was walking his dog and I was resting in between sprints, and he saw me coming down, he saw me resting. We had a couple-minute conversation while I rested and stretched in between sprints. Took off going the other way while he was still standing there as we were saying goodbye. I didn't feel weird, I didn't feel awkward, and I also didn't care if he thought it was weird because I'm just out there doing my thing. The other day I was at the grocery store, filled my cart with ribeyes, 38 pounds of ribeyes. I did get into a conversation with the gentleman in front of me in line. He was wondering why I had so many ribeyes, and I told him this is pretty much what I eat. he sort of, I think he didn't believe me. I don't know, he kind of paused and then started talking about some other thing, or his experience with purchasing meat, but he definitely did not comment back to me on the fact that I eat only meat. But I'm definitely not afraid to tell people that, you know, to see their reactions, to discuss it with them. In fact, I'm happy to. Then just some basic things, like I'm just generally happier, right? Like all the time, generally in a better mood, and I get more stuff done. Like my productivity is through the roof because I don't have all those down hours of just feeling sluggish. So you guys, the carnivore diet has given me so many benefits, and this is not to say that I'm against keto. My good friend and partner channel, Gina Marie, is keto, and I think that's wonderful. My mom is also keto. She's doing great. She's lost a bunch of weight. She's very successful with that, and I think people can be. Just for me and my history, going keto was not enough, which is why I took the next step up to ketovore, carnivore lifestyle, and I feel amazing and I feel great. So please comment below, subscribe, like this video. Let me know how you're doing. I would love to hear from you and see if, you know, maybe some of our experiences are similar. Maybe this resonates with you. All right, guys, I am gonna go meet some wellness, one YouTube video at a time.